Let's get reaction from Gaza City. Speak to journalist Shrouq Al-Aila. Hello to you. Shrouq, Israel denying there's a famine, repeatedly denying that. You're there. You're on the ground. Let's go beyond the data of this IPC report. Tell us a bit about what you're seeing every day and what your neighbors and your loved ones are going through. Talk to us about daily life there.
Well, basically, if there is no famine here in Gaza, we will not be having casualties every day who are being killed or injured in the distribution sites, and also the tracks the path of the tracks, those tracks that enter in a really red zone area and super dangerous area. People are putting their lives on risk just to try to afford the minimum fundamental food for their children. So unfortunately, the one of the reason of uprooting this famine is that the Israeli army is not allowing the safe access of aid trucks to enter Gaza on a daily basis. What is happening that the army is like allowing the trucks to enter red zone area, and then the looting over the tracks. They stole it, and then they sell it to the people here in the market in a skyrocketing prices that never affordable to the people. And yet in these sites we are expecting and we are seeing every day casualties, injured people and killed people. Like for today, for example, so far, according to the municipality of health here in Gaza, we have 5 people killed in Zakim site, which is the site that for the aid trucks to enter, and also plus 70 people have been injured so far, and the number is subjected to increase as we are still in the daylight. And this is so common. It happens every day in a daily basis, more casualties. And in terms of the famine, the hospitals that are really overwhelmed with the casualties, injured and patients, now they are more overwhelmed with the famine, the malnutrition cases. The issue that the hospitals, they don't even have the medication, the suitable medication for the malnourished cases. So they try to provide them with vitamins, like 1-2 hour maximum, and then the case cannot be hospitalized as there is no space at the hospital. Also, if we are talking, like we are also having the jobs, doesn't feed a family for, let me say, a month, one family a month. And unfortunately, they are falling on the people's heads. So far, since the 7th of October, plus 20 have been killed because the sudden fall of the air for the air drop, and all injured. And if we're gonna compare in terms of the cargo, like according to like 6 days of having airdrops equals 1 day of equals almost 6 aid tracks to enter. So this, in a humane way, it should be replaced in a very accessible way for organizations here, those who are taking into charge to do the distribution to the people, and then they're gonna transfer the aid to the and distribute it to the people in dignity to the people. But the issue that the army is not allowing this to happen.
Yeah, Shrouq, just let me make a statement to our viewers. I want them to bear with us because we're having some trouble with the connection there. And that's one of the consequences of Israel blocking foreign journalists from getting inside Gaza to verify all of this information, is that it's difficult to establish a line of communication. That's why what you're telling us is so important. I just want to ask you, Shrouq, was there any part of this declaration of famine that might have been a bit frustrating for you, since aid groups have been warning about this for months and months?
Well, let me say, sometimes having something by the end is better than having nothing at all. So yeah, it was really frustrating yesterday to hear the declaration like goes to the media as like a raw declaration that reflects the reality here on the ground. But it is quite late. Like we are talking about almost 5 months of being like suffering of the lack of food and of the famine as well. But numbers never lie, and this is what makes the declaration to goes to the public. That is because of the acute malnutrition cases that we are having here, the children that have been died because of the famine as well. So it is a frustrated, but also it is somehow opens a window of relief for us that this declaration might have something to pay off after this, like to have anything that might make an action on the ground to change it.
Yeah, another one of the numbers that doesn't lie, Shrouq, is that journalists in Gaza have been disproportionately killed. And I'm just wondering, for you individually, does that threat of violence, has it shaken you or made you question what you're doing every day?
Unfortunately, the it's really like devastating to mark the breast fest as a target, which is not, it's not nothing like according to my age, like I've never witnessed something like this unless we are having here in Gaza. We are living in say like in century 21, like in the most advanced, and the freedom of journalism is just a crime that nobody is making any action to stop the systematic targeting of journalists. We are talking about 280 three journalists have been killed so far, whether they were along with their families or in a duty as well. So the threats are, everywhere, as a civilian, a regular person, but also it adds more weight in you to be a journalist during such circumstances.
Shrouq, thank you very much. Shrouq Al-Aila reporting from Gaza City. Also want to thank our viewers for bearing with us as we had difficulty with that connection, but very important to establish that line of communication. Thank you, Shrouq.